this week's Tai Chi video, we're going to look at Qigong posture, Sanpun Lock Day, which is the 3 levels, fall to the floor. So it's a low squat. And this is one of the most important exercises in your Tai Chi or Qigong because it's working your legs and also opening your hips. So I'll just demonstrate the movement first of all. We come from here, opening, down slowly, keeping the weight over the heels, keeping the knees out and coming up slowly from the bottom. Okay, a lot of people have difficulty with this movement either because of tight ankles or tight hips, largely from sitting in chairs, working on computers, driving cars, etc., etc. Most people are very tight in the hip flexor, find this a difficult stretch to do. It's really important for the health of your hips and your general movement. A lot of the Taiji postures require this hip mobility, and also, for example, going from a drop stance like snake creeps down, you need to have the strength to be able to come back up under full control. So really this should be a prerequisite to nail this exercise, get really good at it. So I'll show you some progressions if you're having trouble, if you can't do it straight away. First we'll look at loosening the ankle joints. So I'm going to use a bar, but you can just hold onto a door handle or whatever you want. Have the feet about shoulder width apart. So using the bracing on the door, you should be able to gradually work. So if you start up here and then gradually stretch every day until you can sit here. And then the next step will be stretching the calves by doing this kind of motion, pushing back and then coming with the weight forwards. That will give you the ankle mobility. Okay. And then the hip mobility, a couple of exercises for that. Really good one is just sitting down, feet shoulder width apart, and just rolling side to side, just opening and closing the hips, one side then the other. This will get your hips nice and mobile. Do like about 10 times, take your time, really push into it. Come back. Also you can do, this is a frog stretch, with the knees out, you can just rest and just work your hips back and gradually work deeper into the posture. Shouldn't be any twisting on the knees on this, I'm pushing backwards so my hips are going straight back this way rather than rotating the knees. This is the motion. And then with practice this will help to open the hip joint up. After you practice that for a little while, you should be able to do a squat. So an easier version is to use the hands as a counterbalance. So as I squat, I let the hands come out. Make sure you're going all the way down. The bottom is a rest position. I'm not holding. I should be able to hold this completely relaxed. In order to come up, I'll just tighten first, maintain the back stability, and come up smoothly. Particularly the first part. A lot of people brush on the first part of the movement to try and get out of the hole. You don't want to do that. Look after your knees. So use the hands as a counterbalance to start with. And that makes it a little easier. Okay, next progression. When you can do that, it's time to use our friend the wall. So now you can't use the counterbalance of the hands. And stand with your feet, no more than a hand's distance from the wall. As I sit down, push your knees out. Now you can't use the hands for counterbalance. So you've got to be a little bit more mobile in the hips and the ankles. The nose is close to the wall. This will be the next progression. And after that, you should be ready for the move proper, where the hands come back. Here, rotate your thumb so you're also opening, you're getting a chest stretch as well. Sit deep, knees out, weight on the heels. Tighten the glutes so you look after your back as you come up smoothly. So work up until you can do at least 10 good repetitions of that before you try any of the more difficult movements like snake creeps down or progressing up to one-legged squats, and there's various advanced variations, but that should be your first priority to get that move. Okay, good luck, enjoy your training. Thank you.